Righto, day one, Shelter Hollow, 2014. Dropped in this morning. Valley looks pretty good. We just loaded up with 4 days of food. Boys are up there just getting some water, I think. Doing something. We're heading up this side creek this afternoon. Paul and I are going to go up that slip and run up along there. The other boys are going to go up around the corner and see what happens, so all good. Yeah, a bit of success. A few of the guys flying out this morning, but the fellas that were here had a couple of afternoon hunts and then just spent the rest of the week in their tents, and they couldn't get across this little side creek here, so none of that's been hunted yet, which is good. We've just come, this is the first bit of sort of tussocky flat spot here, so we've Mark's got prime position there and I've dug myself out a bit of a bivvy spot there, so it's right on 3 o'clock. We've got probably 3 hours of light left, so we're in a good spot. We'll set up a bit of a bivvy camp here and then try and get up on a bit of a spot where we can see. About 4:50. The boys making their way up this ridge. They've done really well to get up there. Now they just got to continue further up that ridge and drop down to the right, and they'll be into the big creek, so it's done pretty well to get up in there. We found ourselves a bivvy spot back over the other side of our ridge, and how are you, Max? Alright? Party on, Wayne. So we just come around to have a bit of a glass. His face, and there's some bulls as usual right up the top. There's some bulls up on top of there. They might be safe this afternoon, but it looks like you might even be able to get up there, so see what happens tomorrow. Got this nice bull just coming down that ridge line over there. Absolutely no chance of us getting anywhere near that bastard. This way, mate. Come this way. Come over here. We made it. We did. So we flew in today, as you would have seen on that helicopter ride. Made base camp, and then Pat and I freaking hustled up here, and the other boys sort of went up and over a different drainage. And this is going to be home sweet home for tonight anyways, and we'll just keep punching up, and we might make this our sort of our fly camp, or our base our second base camp. And then we got bivvies to keep going further. So as you can see, there's a bit of snow on the mountains behind us, but on our side it's looking pretty good. So apparently there's bulls feeding down, and it's been good reports. The weather last week for everybody else was real shitty, so hopefully there's a bit moving around for us.
Yeah, no, it should be good. There's heaps of country here that we can access, so it should be fantastic. We were thinking of going back after a couple of days, because the rain's supposed to come in Monday, but it was a pretty solid climb up here. I think we only vertically we only made about 450, 500 metres, but yeah, there was a lot of boulder hopping, and it's
a couple sketchy river crossings.
Yeah, a couple of scary bits, but it's not going to get any better than this for us. So it's fantastic. It's yeah.
We might be splitting meals again, mate.
Yeah, maybe. We got enough for four nights, and we can split the last night. That won't be a drama.
That's it.
All good.
All right, well, we're going to make camp, and I'll show you a little bit of that later.
Cool.
If there's one thing that Pat has taught me backpack hunting, it is take some time to make your bed. Isn't that right, Pat?
That's good. There's nothing worse than being uncomfortable for a whole night because you don't sleep. And the next day you got no energy to climb these mountains. So yeah, 10 minutes, 15 minutes spent now. That's a good deal.
You can see what we've done. We've got that down to bare dirt. Sort of kicked all the rocks out of it. That's sort of a before. This is what it looked like before. Then you come back down again. Enough room for a tent, and then my home. Gonna be just over here. It's not bad camp when you can see tar tracks and crap just right there. There's a little saddle there to the next little valley, and then you'll be able to hunt all of this. All of that. Another nice day in the Landsborough. Just worked our way back up this ridge here this morning, and what's going on, big man? Trying to see something. Saw a couple of nannies down on the bush line early, but that's about it. A few right up high, right up in the bluffs up the top there. But yeah, we're working our way up. We think maybe we might be able to get up through that snowy side, perhaps. There's got to be animals across there. We just haven't located any yet. But weather's looking all good. Supposed to come in a bit this over, and might be a bit ordinary tonight or tomorrow. But it's looking good at the moment. Nearing the summit, or at least the top of this ridge. Bit of fog rolling in from the next valley. Oh. Got him. Like fucking oath. Oh, hey, that's how it's done. Right, here's Paul with that little tail. You just saw him shoot uphill, really steep angle. Out about 50, maybe a few more, but it's fixed him up through the throat. He was sort of quartering on and smacked him in through the throat there, and he's come all the way back down and nearly taken the big fella out on the way through. Bit gnarly, but it's all good. Yeah, nice skin. We'll take the back straps out of him, so a bit of fresh meat for camp, which is good. So we've walked a long way up high today. We're at probably 1900 metres maybe, something like that. So put a bit of effort in. First, this little one and the nanny were together up here under the rocks, so shot over the back of the nanny on the first shot and then smacked this little bloke, so good work. What are you doing, Pat?
We're just having a bit of a cook up here on the snow. Bit of soup, cup of tea. You can see where there's plenty of ice where we're at. We're at about 1600 metres, I think. And yeah, we saw some tar up here yesterday afternoon. and there's tracks sort of at this level, so we're kind of just going to wait here as long as we can before the sun drops, and hopefully get a look at a couple.
We're sort of stuck, really. Like, we're in between two sets of tar here, and so we just don't know whether to go up or down, so we're just going to hang out here for a bit, figure out where to make a move. But we're definitely in the middle of a bit of a snow/ice field, that's for sure. Give you a look around it. Our camp, secondary fly camp, or base camp, whatever you want to call it, is just down there. Just down there. Pretty cool country, we just gotta find a tar.
Oh, up amongst it now. That's the highest peak in our area, 2,300 and something metres, so we're up there. Been a pretty long day, Max, isn't it?
Yeah, good to go too.
It's getting the bull hour. We're in a good spot, but we've probably got 2 hours of walking to get home, so...
Hour and a half of life.
Yeah. Just looking down the Landsborough. A bit of cloud rolling in from the west. Yeah. Awesome. Nice big bull up there. Big mature fella. Sun's just on its way down. Clouds are rolling in from the west, so not a spot we want to get stuck up here. So yeah, hopefully it'll all turn out good.
Well, it's the second morning. Sorry, I've been a bit slack. We missed a whole day of hot tar action. Yesterday was a bit slow, but we did find some bulls. Well, a bull and a bunch of nannies. We're in tar heaven, and Pat and I are just sort of a little bit disappointed because there ain't very many tar here. So I don't know, we're trying to figure out. Weather's going to set in tomorrow. You can feel the temperature dropping right now. So we're just trying to figure out whether we put on the miles today or just stick it out here and hopefully some more bulls come in. We just don't know what to do, and yeah. What to do, eh?
Yeah, it's like Grant said, it's just disappointing. It looks like there should be tar here everywhere, and there's old sign, but unfortunately, docks overshoot in March, and also the weather's been quite mild, so the tar are up really high, or I think they're in the bush, and even though there's enough bush here to hide tar, I think it's probably quite accessible and maybe gets a bit of a hammering. So, yeah, we probably still got enough time to actually go back to camp, pack everything in the packs, and maybe head round to this other side where we know there's some bush line and we can get across. Yeah, so we're just a little bit worried about water around there. I punctured my bladder, or Kia might have punctured my bladder on the first night, water bladder that is. So yeah, I'm limited to what I can carry, and if there's no water there, it might be a little bit dodgy. We can probably find a stream somewhere. So
the freaking Kias, we've had to tear down our fly camp every day. Well, yesterday morning, because the Kias have been poking holes in my tent, and I think they got a couple in Pat's tents as well. We got about a flock of about 20 of the bastards. They're just wreaking havoc. They ate the feet off my tripod last night. Just bastards.
yeah, not much fun. Anyway, part of the experience.
Yeah. Well,
New Zealand.
Pat and I are going to play a game of rock, paper, scissors here and figure out, I'll show you guys which way we might have to head, or whether we're just going to suck it up and hopefully a tar appears. But that's it for the morning of day 2 anyway. So here's what we've got. Last night, that big fella was up on top of that guy, and we were up there with him, but we just couldn't get the hammer. And now what we're thinking about doing is walking back down to camp, which is about probably 500 meters in elevation below us, crossing the stream down there, side hilling around that, right at the base where that cliff is, and punching across sort of around the point there, just to see what we can see. And there's a bit of bush on that side, so Pat and I just got to make up our minds and see what we're going to do.
Gloomy morning this morning. We've just dropped down not far off the edge of the bush. Been doing a little bit of glassing over this opposite side this morning and got a reasonable bull. He's bedded down over in there, pretty much in the centre of screen there. Another glorious day tar hunting. The clouds have come over, rain's coming down. We've set ourselves up a little tarp action. There, go on, mate. We're just glassing a few of the surrounding hills down in this creek bottom, hoping maybe something might come strolling down the creek or pop out on one of these hillsides here. So we'll see what happens. I think we're going to leg it back down to camp tonight, get in under cover and have a bit of a relaxing night, a good sleep, a bit of a refuel with some decent food. And forecast for rain and showers this afternoon, and then pretty ordinary tomorrow morning, clearing tomorrow night. So might have a couple of days in camp and then we'll bust into it again. Pat and Grant have decided to set up camp halfway up the side of the hill again tonight, so with a bit of luck they can withstand a little bit of rain and get onto a few. But yeah, lovely conditions.
Well, it's been the coldest night we've had yet. Pat and I changed camps yesterday when I showed you guys on film, and anyways, it looks like it's been a good move. It rained, from 1:30 onwards, basically all through the night, but this morning it is clear. And we woke up and Pat spotted a bull, I don't know, 200 yards from camp, you reckon?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah, 200 or 300 yards from camp. It's not, we can't get to him, but maybe he'll make a mistake, or we'll go find one that will make a mistake. But anyways, the weather's looking all right.
It's looking good, yeah. Down in the valley, it's quite a bit of fog rolled in, so those boys down there aren't going to be able to do it a bit for a while. But it's clear up here, so we've got a few options today. We just, we'll probably just end up doing a fair bit of glassing today and see where we can get round on this side. We know where we can get back along this face to our left, but yeah, there hadn't been anything on it as yet. The bulls are kind of moving around a fair bit, so I think the worrying aspect is there's not a lot of nannies and kids, so that's obviously what's going to attract the bulls this time of year. So anyway,
We just need one to cross our path.
sorry.
We just need one to cross our path.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It'll happen.
Anyway, all good.
Day 3 anyway. You guys a view from camp. Here's camp. That face there is where Pat and I had our cuppa that you would have seen on the snow. Sort of where that dark spot is. All fogged in below. And that bull was only just up there. I think he's fed across now. I can't get the tripod out, I'm too shaky without it, so.
So about a minute after we were just skiting about the fact that the boys down the bottom were going to be fogged in, and we had some clear skies up here. Literally within a minute of saying that, it started to fog in up here, and it yeah, we can see about 100 yards, I guess, and unless you knew there were mountains here, yeah, you can't see a thing. So we're just going to have to stay put for a little while, I think, and see, let this sun burn off this bit of fog, and yeah, go from there.
It's amazing how fast it can get socked in. Like, it came in within, seriously, a minute after me putting the camera away, and then it was just straight up, you couldn't see anything. And I'll give you another panoramic, but I think you'll be quite surprised at the difference. So there's camp again. There's the ground.
It's actually got colder as well. The water particles on the tents now are all turned to ice.
Give it a shake and they don't go anywhere. That was the face where we could see the bull. Now it's just nothing.
Well, we've got a bull here. Same one as we were looking at yesterday. Same spot. He's got a nanny there now, and there's another young bull, or like a real shitter, up above him there. They're on the other side of the river. We've worked our way. It's taken us about 3.5 hours to get up the river today, and it's about 1:30. So we just spotted this guy. We're just going to have a bit of a feed, and we'll formulate a bit of a plan. There is a creek over to the left, up that slip. Should be able to get up there if we can get over the river. So if Max is keen, he can go, and I'll stay here and pull him in, hopefully. But he's not a massive bull. He might be, I don't know, 10 or 11 inches, but at least we're onto one. It's been lean time so far, so, and he looks to be in a pretty gettable position there, so he's not so high, which is good. He's rotten. Just doing a bit of glassing here this arvo with our friends. We had a bit of a dump of snow last night, I think, with a fair bit of rain, so we were back in camp. We've worked our way back up the river and come a bit ways up this ridge and set our bivvies. And we just came to walk for a bit of a glass and got onto a mob with a reasonable bull in it. Chased them up to the very top of this ridge, and we've just come back down along this ridge and
Good.
the man from tropical North Queensland loving it.
I'd rather be barra fishing.
Wind chill factor coming back across this ridge here, I reckon it'd be
Negatives.
negatives big time. So yeah, we spotted a few tar on the other side, a few up. There's a few feeding out on that face up there. There's a few right up in that snow on that ridge. It's a good looking bull across right in the middle of the screen there, I think.
Just going under the boulder.
Well, that's not him then. He's in there somewhere. We've also been watching another mob over in there on that face. So we saw a bull over there yesterday. Watched him walk up that ridge, the edge of that slip, and he's back there with a few ladies today. So it might be an option in the morning to one bloke to go down and up one of those slips and come over the top and have a crack at him. But we'll see. Forecast is reasonable. Well, reasonably fine anyway. Wind's turning from the south, so it's cooled it down, but it's quite nice. The sun's still out at the end of there. It's a big country up the end. The Adrian and Joseph and the boys are up in there. I don't know if they get across the creek or the river, but their block's all up in there. So yeah, apart from being fucking freezing, it's quite nice. There's a bit of a glacier up the top there that has been letting go. There's big bits falling off there the last couple of days, so it makes a bit of a rumble every now and again, just to keep you on your toes. So,
Message. Maybe.